even if I'm a lone voice in the dark, I have to say the way it is. I haven't been doing videos for such a long time because it hasn't been conducive within the house for producing talks. It's been quite noisy and there's not been anywhere really conducive that I could retreat to be able to make a video. I have been thinking a lot about isolation actually lately, and I'm sure with the coronavirus scare we've got still going on, and it seems to drag on and on and on, there's a lot of people who feel quite isolated, and that state of isolation can produce depression, it can produce anxiety, it can produce feelings of lack of self-worth. There's all sorts of things that it can produce, and I myself have been feeling quite low sometimes, and I know that other people have too. And I think if we share this, it sometimes helps. It helps us to feel that we're not alone in the world, because it is a very lonely place. The way we live makes it a lonely place. It's very stark and cold sometimes when we only want to associate with people we can talk to on a perhaps a slightly more detailed level, rather than hello and goodbye and isn't it a nice day, and or just not speaking at all, as happens sometimes. I've noticed when I take the dog out, not everybody even wants to say hello. But it is a very lonely and isolated world we live in, and I think technology adds to that. It makes it very stark, and it makes it so that you are, I suppose, channeling or focusing your energy and thoughts into one particular place. It cuts out body language, it cuts out all sorts of things. I've talked about this before many times, but one of the best ways of dealing with isolation and loneliness is if you can become creative. I think it will force it out of you sometimes. You don't have to be a great artist or a great writer, but if you can turn your thoughts to creativity, you can sometimes produce something that is quite remarkable, that expresses everything that you are feeling, and that helps enormously. If you wish, you can always share that with me. I'm always happy to share elements of creativity with people. I've been involved within my own isolation and within my own sense of loneliness in creating music, which, as you know, I always love to do. And in my lyrics, I get the satisfaction of writing, because as a writer, then putting the lyrics down helps me to express the way I feel, the way the world is, and the way many of us can feel when we don't feel so good, and that's a useful thing. Also, listening to music composed by other people, where you identify with the way you feel if you're lonely, that can also help enormously. And I would really recommend listening to music. Some people like dancing, gets it all out of their system. You can do any number of things to help, but the main thing is, I think, identifying with the way you feel. There's nothing better than that. So here I am saying to you that I feel alone, I feel lonely, I feel isolated, and at this very moment in time, my friend is the camera, and that helps me to reach you and to talk to you now and again. I do appreciate it when you comment on my videos. It really helps, because I sit talking about all this stuff and people tend to say, wow, at least you're saying something nobody else is saying, and you're saying it as it is. So I will long continue to do that, because I feel very strongly that even if I'm a lone voice in the dark, I have to say the way it is, because then that is going to help us far more than glossing over anything we wish to understand. Don't gloss. If you want an understanding, then speak it as it is, and think it as it is, and feel it as it is. Creativity will help to do that, but don't deny your sad feelings, your isolated feelings, your feelings of feeling lousy. So, anyway, the good thing is that we can come together on it, we can share it, and I share this with you today. So, I hope this finds you well, and I hope that your own feelings are not dragging you down too much. Take heart. The other world, the natural world, is there. Have a walk in the trees, have a talk to the trees, and yeah, take care of yourself as much as you can. I'll talk again very soon. You know, as I look around me, I see that all of nature sings.